Hello and welcome to this edition of Kids Zone, the Christian education moment designed for the entire family. This month we have been studying the word ignite, and ignite is to help us to center in on what we are celebrating this year as Pentecost 2021, our Pentecost celebration. And it's important for us as we consider how we will move forward as Christians and as those who understand God and want to get closer to God. We want to encourage you to incorporate more of the Christian traditions and the religious holidays into your life and practice, not just for lights and glamour and clothes and fashion. No, really just for you to be able to have markers or moments into your life that you can look forward to, just as we look forward to Easter and Christmas as two important religious holidays. But we also have other holidays that we celebrate across the globe, not just here in the United States, but also in Israel, on the continent of Africa, in the Caribbean, in South America, in so many places across the world. Christians all over in different traditions and different cultures celebrate these high and wonderful moments in the life of what it means to be faithful and remembering what it was like in the biblical times as well. So today's lesson is about the ascension of Jesus Christ. Today, Christians celebrate and remember when Jesus went back to heaven. The Bible talks about Jesus ascending, which means to come from the ground all the way up. This is the sign, by the way, for ascension. When we talk about Jesus going back up to heaven, he was ascended unto heaven. He rose up to heaven, That's the sign word for heaven. And during that time, the disciples had already been preparing and waiting for it, and they were just wondering about the time. When will it happen? And Jesus gives us the lesson that we need to learn and take into our week this week. Do not worry about when things will happen. Your job is to do what God commands us. And what Jesus gave the command was to go and to take the gospel to the ends of the world. And that is the simple message for today. Just go. We are worried so much about when things will happen, when things will be over, whether or not things will be back to normal in the future. What we need to do more of in our lives is stay in the present and remember what God has called us to do each and every day. So whether you're sharing your story about Jesus Christ on your Instagram, maybe you've made a cool TikTok story to tell about Jesus Christ, maybe you post a status every day to encourage others, you have to just stay in the moment because we're only promised each and every day. And some of us are not promised every day or 24 hours. We can just live the life for every second, and every second of the day we ought to use that to glorify God, to give God praise, to do something that honors God, to do something that shows our love for God each and every day. So I'm asking you, as we think about Pentecost and Holy Spirit giving us the fire and the passion to move forward, before we make this new declaration, before we can recommit ourselves to God and the works of the Holy Spirit, I want you to begin jotting down now all the things that you can do daily to glorify God, all the things you can do daily to show that you have some outward sign of Holy Spirit and an inward sign of Holy Spirit. That means changing the way we talk to others. Maybe that means doing what we're supposed to do. Maybe that means also thinking before we speak. Maybe that also looks like serving God when we know that there's a need for us to do. Maybe there's some people who need to be clothed. Maybe there's some children who need to be fed. Maybe we need to send more of our resources and be able to connect with the children that we're sponsoring and discipling in Brazil, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. Maybe that is getting involved with your missionary society, or getting involved with your young people's department, or the Sons of Allen, or the lay organization. You can show some signs today, and you don't have to wait for Jesus Christ to come back on the cloud or for him to ascend. You don't have to look for those signs, but Jesus tells us today to go. When you've ignited the flame inside of you, the fire inside of you will compel you to go and do the work that God has called you to do. Each one of us has a mission to complete. Each one of you young people have an assignment, and in order for you to learn your assignment, you have to stay on the right path. Do what you're supposed to do each and every day. It may not be easy. It may not make sense today. You may want to do things because your friends are doing them. You may want to do things because it seems like this is the popular thing to do. Well, let me tell you from experience. Sometimes you'll find yourselves following the crowd, and you'll get there. You'll be in the in crowd. You might be popular. You might go where they're going. And when it doesn't feel right, when you feel like, man, is this it? Sometimes you realize that's not where you're supposed to be. God is calling you, I'm talking directly to you, to do something big for Him. All you have to do is just focus on the now. Don't worry about the future, but just focus on the now. All right. That's all that I have for you today. I pray that you have a wonderful week. God bless you. Congratulations to all of our graduates that will be graduating in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be sending out information for you to send in your graduation pictures. We're going to celebrate again our graduation on the second Sunday in June, our Children's Day. And I am so excited about it and look forward to seeing you again next week.